We got to change the signal from no to yes, and then take action that supports the yes. When we are confident and certain about the direction that we're going, we get into this signal and this vibration of our body of the yes, and our actions are taken accordingly. Well, hello there, prosperity seeker, and welcome to another episode of the Prosperity Approach. I'm your host, Allyson Chavez, and always I am thrilled and grateful and humbled that you are here with me listening to or watching this podcast episode today. Today, I want to share with you a mindset hack that changed the whole game for me. But before I dive into that, just a couple of reminders, a couple of asks for you. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, we sure would love it if you'd help bump us up in the algorithm by clicking on the subscribe button and the notification bell and sharing these videos with people that you think would find value in them. We want to get our message spread faster and farther than it's ever been spread before. And I need you to help me with that. There's only so much I can do. So if you're aligned with that, would love a subscribe and hitting that notification bell. And if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast app, we would love a rate and a review, especially if it's a 5-star rating, and sharing this podcast with others as well. Again, we want to spread more and more light around the world. And so if all it takes is a nice little click, it's easier than ever before, right? So thank you so much for that. And I appreciate, again, that you're tuning into this channel and hope that you're finding peace and relief and some sunshine in your life today as we are navigating through the complexities of this life. So I wanted to talk about a mindset hack that really changed the whole game for me and how to actually apply this mindset hack. First, you've got to understand outcomes align with signals, results align with signals. So if you have an outcome that you're going for and you didn't get the outcome that you desired, many times it's because the signal you were sending was different from the outcome that you were looking for. So let me give you an example of that. Most of us signal no with something that we want. And we don't think that we're signaling no because our mouth is saying, yes, of course, that's what I want. But our body is sending out a signal or a vibration that says, I think that's too scary. I think that will be really hard to get. I think people will be mad at me if I go after that. I think I might get hurt. And so the signal that we're sending out is actually a no signal instead of a yes signal. And the outcome will always align with the signal. It's another way of saying that your beliefs will always align with your reality. Like they always match. Your reality will always match your beliefs. And so we've got to change the signal. We've got to change the signal from no to yes, and then take action that supports the yes. When we are confident and certain about the direction that we're going, we get into this signal and this vibration of our body of the yes, and our actions are taken accordingly. The signal influences our actions, meaning let's say that you're uncertain or timid about something like, oh, I could do that, but I really don't know that that will work. I really don't know if I'm enough to get that outcome. Then all of the actions you take are going to be riddled with timidity and uncertainty. You're going to second guess yourself. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to wonder if this is actually ever going to happen or if you're good enough. And so when your actions are influenced by that, it skews our outcomes. And then we almost get it, but not quite, or we totally veer off into the weeds, or we don't actually end up taking action because we've talked ourselves out of it. But if we will get into certainty and take action from a place of certainty, that certainty is the yes signal. Like, yes, of course. Why couldn't I do this? It's a desire of my heart. I know that my heart's desires are planted there by God. That means that I have the capacity to actually make my desires my reality. It also means God is going to help me get my desires into my reality. And I have a sacred duty and obligation to do that because it's going to bless my life and the lives of countless others as well. When you have that as your bedrock, then you start taking action, and that action aligns with the yes. It aligns with that certainty, and it ups your odds exponentially that you're going to get the outcome that you desire. Now, sometimes we've got our big dreams and our big goals and we don't reach them. Well, why is that? check the signal. Was the signal filled with doubt and uncertainty and timidity more often than it was filled with courage and certainty and enoughness? Just take stock about that. And sometimes the outcome we want isn't actually the outcome that's for our highest good. And so God will give us the outcome that is for our highest good. And we would rather have that outcome anyway, because it's actually going to lead us to what we ultimately want rather than what we thought we wanted in the moment. So how do you change the signal from timidity and uncertainty to boldness and certainty? It's understanding a couple of things about the kind of certainty you are after. The certainty you're after is not the certainty of if I do X strategy, then Y will happen. I think people think certainty is a guarantee, and certainty and guarantees are two totally different things. Let go of the guarantee. The certainty you are looking for is that everything is always working out for me. You're not looking for the certainty of if I do this strategy, I'm going to get this result. If I implement this system, then that's going to happen, because that's not always the case. But if you can get a bedrock of certainty that everything is always working out for me, then it makes you bold. Suddenly you find yourself taking risks that when you're in uncertainty and timidity, you would never allow yourself to take. You find yourself letting go of doubt and letting go of indecision and making decisions quickly and boldly and with confidence. You find yourself being able to connect to your courage a whole lot faster. And also you find yourself being detached from whether the outcome even happens or not, which is another key to it. When we're in detachment, we're just like, I don't know if it's going to come. I'm pretty certain. I'm certain that everything is always working out for me. And if this is something that I desire, here's the outcome that I desire. The certainty is the yes signal. So I'm going to take actions that are followed by that yes signal. And let's see how close we get. Now, suddenly you're not playing a life or death, like sudden death match with your goals, and you're not twisted up in anxiety or doubt or fear that it's going to come. They're just like, well, I don't know, let's experiment and let's see. I don't know. Let's see how close we can get. And suddenly life just becomes much more magical than it has been in the past. It becomes a whole lot easier. You connect with ease. You connect with flow. You connect with more fun in your life. You're not trying to micromanage the journey anymore. Like, get that bedrock of certainty. Understand that the outcome will align with the signal. So make sure that the signal is clear. Make sure that the signal is a yes. And make sure that the actions you take are actions that will support the yes instead of actions that support the no. I hope that this is helpful for you. If you're looking for some other ways that you can lock into certainty, that you can lock into that signal, and you want to change your signal from timidity and uncertainty into certainty and enoughness and the yes signal, go pick up my free prosperity guide. You can get it at prosperityapproach.com/52 ways. These are 52 different exercises and techniques I personally have done myself over many years to change my signal from no to yes. So again, go pick it up at prosperityapproach.com/52 ways. And until next time, remember, prosperity becomes you. Bye-bye.